For more on the pipeline's fallout, I want to bring in Sue Gordon. She served as the principal deputy director of national intelligence from 2017 to 2019 and spent more than 3 decades with the CIA. Sue, the question I'd ask is, if it really runs and operates like a company, why has the U.S. government not been able to infiltrate this thing?
DarkSide is a relatively new actor, even though it seems that they've got some experienced hands. But remember, they're a criminal element. Even though we don't have direct attribution to the Russian government, it's unlikely that if they're in Russia, they're doing so without some awareness. So I think the issue is, I think what President Biden was suggesting is put pressure on Russia to bring their criminal element to some sort of responsibility. Do I think that'll work? I don't know, but I think it's the right first play.
Let me ask you the same question I asked Eamon. How many people do you think it takes to develop this type of malware, and then how many people does it take to implement it?
So it's a significant enterprise. You have several things you need to do. You need to develop the malware. You need to continuously develop the malware. You need to establish the intelligence base to know what companies you're going after and how you attack them. And then, as it seems, they're actually trying to pass themselves off as a legitimate business with now an ethical standard and call in lines. So I think it's significant. Not ones and twos. I wouldn't be surprised if it was hundreds.
Okay, so you're a CEO of a major pipeline infrastructure company in America. You wake up, you see this happening. What are you supposed to be doing? Not if it's happening to you. I'm saying now proactively to get ahead of this for the future.
Okay, so several things. Number one is just make sure you've got a great cyber team and you're always taking care of cyber hygiene. 2, ransomware and ransom attacks are near epidemic. They're up 300% this last year. You need to prepare for that. And what that means is have good awareness of your data and have it backed up somewhere. So if cyber criminals come in and scramble your data, you can say, thanks for playing. We'll go and restore it from an updated set. And then I think there's some good news in this is have good contacts with the government. What's good about this is you saw Colonial report it. So that's another thing for your CEOs. If you experience an attack, don't try and deal with it yourself. Bring in the pros from Dover. There's really good evidence that we're.
Sue, is there any instance in which you pay the ransom? Is there any instance where you say, you know what, I'm paying. I need to just get. I know there are CEOs out there who, when this happens, A, they don't want it to be public. B, they realize how much it's going to cost them, and they say to themselves, actually, maybe paying the ransom is actually a better deal.
Yeah, it's a fraught path to pay the ransom. I understand the impetus. You want to get back to business. You don't think you have resources to bear. But here's the deal. If they have penetrated your network, you have no idea whether they're going to stay. You pay the ransom this time, they turn it on again. So I get it, particularly for small companies. And this is one of the areas where I really think we need to get involved with both legislation about data sharing and really work on our digital infrastructure so the smaller companies have the ability to put their data in the cloud.
What's the highest risk industry right now to this?
I think this attack is our worst nightmare. It's an attack on the infrastructure that threatens to go from digital to physical. They didn't shut down the pipeline, but they're a second away from that. So power, transportation, communications, financial, and healthcare, those industries need to get with the program and start protecting themselves.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.